Okay, welcome everyone. I kind of wanted to show you this video, not as a short, but as a video so people could understand. If you want to go back and see the last short that I did where I ran this motor here with a 48 volt, 500 kV motor and a 150 amp ESC, which was perfect for it because I had plenty of overhead, and two of these 70C 2200 milliamp 6S batteries, which gave me the 48 volts I needed for that motor. That was a T motor, excuse me, and it ran okay. I could feel that it had more torque, but the problem is it did not give me the RPMs that I was expecting. And the reason why is because there had to have been something wrong with the motor. Had to have been. I didn't even get to half throttle. I have to stress that I keep holding these motors because I don't have an extra stand, but don't do that. I'll do that. I don't want you guys to get hurt doing this. So this motor burned, which is fine because I can replace it. This motor in here is a turbo. It's a 600 kV, which you would think would have less torque than the 500 kV. It's at 22.2 volts, which means less RPMs than that one at 48 volts, or 44.8, or whatever, 48 volts. 44 volts, sorry. I keep saying 48, I don't know why. But I'm going to show you really quick that this 600 kV at 22.2 is giving me better performance than a T motor at 48. 44, 22 versus 44. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because if you watch that short that I just put up, and then watch this engine, this is spinning more mass, is operating at 100 kV higher than that one, which has less mass, and I'm still getting good performance out of this one. Does that make any sense to you at all? Obviously a bad motor. Had to be. Had to be a bad motor. Let me check the temp. (64 Fahrenheit). Battery 74. ESC 83, 84. And I'm getting way better performance out of the 22.2 volt instead of the 44 volt here. I mean, 44.4, I guess you could technically call it. I don't know why they call it 48. I think that's just what the motor can handle. But that's a T motor. T motor 3120. Really? 48 volts, more torque, lower kV rating, less mass, and it goes poof. Holy crap! Was that me? With magic. Oh man. But look, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, look at this short. It's the last short I put out before this video. And I won't do anything else to give you time to go back and look at it. This was the T-motor smoked short. But look at this. I mean, out of a 22, Stubby Fan V1, man, it just does not quit. I'm telling you, twice the mass. I have an entire I have an entire low pressure turbine system behind that fan. I didn't have any turbine system behind this fan, just the high pass fan and the motor. And the T motor fails. Am I missing something? Alright, well that goes to show you. I either got a bad motor or it just did not operate as advertised, which is sometimes expected from Amazon. I want to slam Amazon, but sometimes they get motors from manufacturers or from people who are developing these things and they're not giving out the right specs or they're not telling the whole truth. Okay, let's be honest. I need a good 500 to 600 kV 48 volt motor for this setup. If you guys have any suggestions, put them down in the comments. Share this with everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see if we can't get some answers for this, because I can't seem to find a motor in 48 that will do what a 22 will do. That makes no sense. Especially when you're running a high pass fan that has a lot more air density, has a lot more dynamic pressure against the blades. There's a lot more torque to spin. You would think the 48 would do 10 times better, but no. 22, way better. I mean, I sound frustrated, but it's actually quite funny. It is. It really is. Because that should have ran flawlessly and given me tons of power. Instead, it's still being beaten out by Stubby V1. Oh, it never ends around here.